When you do something and if you're able to make a difference, the kids which is facing a pain in Kenya, and if you're able to do the surgery because of this software, it's a good feel, right?
Good morning, Chintan. Thank you for spending time with me today.
Good morning, Lara. Thanks for having me here.
Can you go ahead and just tell me all about Brainvire?
Definitely. I mean, that's my favorite question. Brainwire started 11 years back with a focus on digital transformation. We focus on product engineering services and digital commerce. Those were the core focus. We started a partnership with Magento, then we become Adobe. So we are partner with Adobe, Shopify, BigCommerce. We do Salesforce, and we do a bit of SAP in a separate company. We realized, 5 years before, that SAP is not good for everyone. There has to be another option. And that's where, 2018, 19, we started looking at Odoo. And we said, okay, after looking at various different product, being in SAP world for a number of years, we said that people need more agile, people need more cloud, people need more open from an API point of view. And that's where we landed in Odoo. We started Odoo journey in 2019. That's where partnership started. Of course, before that, a couple of years, we were looking at it from a product point of view and partnership point of view and things like that. At this point of time, we have close to around 350 team members just focusing on Odoo.
Wow.
180 plus are Odoo certified. We are a Odoo Gold, Silver, Platinum in US, Canada, Dubai, Saudi, Singapore, and maybe one more region which I'm not able to recollect at this point of time. Uh, Globally, as a company, we are 1,800 brainers, work globally between US, Canada, Dubai, UAE region, Saudi, and Singapore, and India. Uh, Focus wise, yes, I mean, Odoo has been one of the core focus for us, but we look at it from entire digital transformation journey point of view. Whether we talk about retailers or manufacturers or B2B, so we look at it, okay, what is your current business processes? What is your problem statement? How we can help you to digitize those things? And then ultimately, in order to digitize those things, what are the best platforms and best product? And then ultimately you select the product, whether it can be Odoo, whether it can be a small custom app integrating with third-party apps. So yeah, that is what Brainwire is all about. We have a very strong team into mobile app development, custom software development, which is on Node, React, PHP, Python from a product engineering services point of view. Very strong partnership capability in cloud, which is in AWS, Azure, and GCP. That's where, along with Odoo, also we have done, apart from Odoo as such, we have hosted many of our enterprise customers on Azure and AWS from a cloud point of view because of the data security or certain compliance issues or things like that. Yeah, so that's a brief about us as a company that we do try to do end-to-end solution. And the basic principle of the company is that deliver the quality solutions to your customers such that you do a value addition in their business. And if you do that in a best ethical and a right intention, then of course the sky is the limit, that your customer will grow, his business will grow, and along with that you grow. And second, and which is one of the most important things that we follow in a company, is about keeping the brainer first culture, that make sure that you take care of your team and make sure that you work with provide them the right environment to grow, provide them the right environment for innovation. Then ultimately, they will give their best and make sure that the customers are happy and then take it forward. So that's a brief on Brainwire, and that's a brief on the journey of last 10, 11 years, that when we started from 4 people team to 1,800 people at this point of time, that's where we are.
It's a great story and it's a great philosophy for the company. Like that. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, what made Brainvire choose Odoo?
I think I was just covering that a little bit, that we partnered with SAP in a separate sister company. And then we thought about that. A lot of our retailers came, a lot of our customers came, and they said that, hey, you implemented a great commerce or great product engineering tool for us. And now we want to integrate with our ERP. And then their ERP are sometimes NetSuite, sometimes Sage, sometimes AS400, sometimes QuickBooks, and they were struggling. And that's where we thought, okay, there has to be a ERP, and that is a big pie of the business that we are missing. And that is a business point of view. Second, we think from a transformation and automation point of view, that you develop something for your customers to make sure that to digitize your business. But if that platform, that system can't communicate with the back end, then still there is no true digital story. That means that is still you need someone to do Excel upload, download, someone to do the FTP locations with the pricing and all, doesn't work out. So that's where we were thinking about something, and we think open source is the way to go. Cloud is the way to go, and the agility of the platform is there. So considering all those aspects, we looked at a lot of software, and I will be very frank and open. We looked at Business Central, Microsoft, which was called as Dynamics at that point of time. We looked at NetSuite very closely. SAP, since we were partner, we looked at SAP B1 very closely, and we said, okay, no, this is not the way to go about it, and there has to be some other thing, and that's where I think Odoo came into picture. We started with Odoo partnership, and then of course our thought process that we wanted to become a number one, number two, number three in the industry that we work, and then we started expediting our Odoo journey very quickly, and that's how the Odoo has been selected for us, and I think purely because of the open API modular based architecture, cloud agility. And second thing is that Odoo is such a software that it doesn't tell you that how to run a business. It adapts as for your business needs, but at the same time it also tells you that this is the best practice. So if you follow this, great. But as a business, you had certain practice which are not the best one. No problem. Odoo can customize according to that, and it becomes a little bit easy customization, so that client doesn't need to be worried about the cost of Salesforce or cost of NetSuite from customization point of view. So that's where when we look at cost of ownership, customization, flexibility, all those aspects, I think Odoo was a good choice. And I think when I look back 5 years from now, that when we made that decision, I think that was amazing decision that we made, and because of that, where we are right now, Odoo contribute our 20-25% of our revenue on a global scale. And then it influenced another 30% of revenue directly or indirectly because of other platform. Uh, yeah, and I think that's where Odoo has been a good success for us from the partnership point of view, and it has been a good growth story for us, and it has been an end-to-end transformation for our customers, where we just don't do something and leave saying that okay, we don't know about your other software and whether we can integrate. No. We have a software which can integrate and which can work. So that's the story. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, you take care of everything from the whole story for them.
Yes.
So how did the Odoo partner program help your company grow?
I mean, Odoo partnership program is amazing in a certain way, right? I mean, we have been partnered with Adobe, Shopify, BigCommerce, SAP. So we have seen partner ecosystem in a big way, right? I mean, this is one of the partnership program where I'm so much like I'm intuit in way that that partnership works out. It's amazing, right? I mean, you have access to Fabian, okay, at a one email away. If I email Fabian, generally I get a response within 3-4 hours, and that's what the response time at that level, right? So that shows the culture of the company and all. We are connected with all the country head in all the countries that we are operating, whether we talk about Fabrice, whether we talk about Pavitra, whether we talk about Matt in Singapore and Hong Kong region. So that's where that partnership is all about collaboration, right? We have to work together. Odoo alone, partner alone can't win the journey, right? It has to be together. So that's where the partner ecosystem very helpful, right? We do a lot of monthly review with our partner manager. So wherein we discuss in detail, Carolina, Edward, and the team, how many leads you had this month, which of them did not get closed, why, what is the feedback, and then ultimately we to improve on that, right? In fact, we have seen that sometime even the Odoo partner manager come on our sales pitch call, listen to the pitch and say that, hey, can we fine tune the pitch a little bit better or improve that, right? I mean, how to make sure that we able to win the customer, or how to make sure that we give the best Odoo platform overview to the customer. So I think that is where the collaboration has been very good. It's not about that, okay, you are a partner now, it's you are on your own and do your own journey. That's not the Odoo way. Odoo way is that it's a collaboration, work together. If there are issues, let's resolve. And if there are problem, customer support team is amazing. So I mean, every time when customer is a little bit unhappy, customer success team let us know in advance so that we can turn them around rather than them churning out. And we can say that we have 95% plus customer retention ratio within the Odoo. So customer we started in 2019 still work with us. We are improving, customizing, modifying, and upgrading that platform and all. So that way, the partner ecosystem has been very supportive, and it's a true partnership, right? It's just not for the sake of partnership. And I've seen Odoo partnership ecosystem is growing. You have 3,000 plus partner or 3,500 plus partner. The number keep growing every quarter when we meet and things like that. But still giving so much of importance to partners like at our level of gold silver that spend time with us, tell us what is the how to improve and how to become successful. That shows that Odoo want to invest into partner ecosystem. Odoo wants partner to be successful, and along with partners, of course, Odoo can also taste the
Yeah.
success of that. Yeah, in some other
Exactly.
way. Yeah.
It's good for our partners. It's good for us. We
Yeah.
want people to like Odoo and adapt, and we want to help you help your own customers and your own business. So
Definitely.
that's good to hear.
Yes, definitely.
So, what about the learning curve with Odoo? How was that for you and your company? Was it fairly intuitive, easy to kind of get onboarded, or what was your experience with that?
I mean, it's a funny that you ask question, okay? And this is typically the question our customer asks
Okay.
before selecting the Odoo. And then how easy it is Odoo, because their main pain point of fear is that the people at a shop floor, people at warehouse, will be able to use the Odoo system or not.
Yeah.
And I use the analogy or terminology which looks funny. I said that, okay, do you know how to use Google and Gmail? And do you know how to use Facebook? If yes, you can use Odoo.
That is a great way to phrase
So
that.
that's what the Odoo is all about, right? It's a simple enough. It's a web-based platform, very intuitive. It has a certain workflow. If you don't like that workflow, you can easily change that workflow. If you want to see certain things on your dashboard when you log in, it's easy to do it out. If you're not able to do it, let's say that I am a CEO of the company, I don't have a time to do it. Someone from my team can decide what dashboard I can see on the day when I log in, and I can see those dashboard, right? So it's that easy enough to use it out.
Yeah.
So I think the use of platform is become very easy. So that's a beauty of Odoo for sure. And we have done some of the very complex implementations. So that's why I want to tell you a little bit about learning curve, right? I mean, we have 1,000 user implementation for non-profit cure, where we had to actually, and it's a healthcare based implications, application. So it involved HIPAA compliance. It involved connecting with EHR platform and EMR platform. So you want to make sure the electronic records goes in and out of the system, integrate with the system. We have companies where we have done for the manufacturing company which is into dental space. So they need they do a 3D of your dental implant, and then you put that in, bring that into the Odoo, and from that you create the bill of material. So those are complex things, right? And when you look
Yeah.
about from the API integration point of view, and when we look at that, so Odoo become very easy to do those type of things from a customization point of view. But this is one aspect of it. I mean, as a programmer, as a development team, you can do customization. But
Oh, for
what
sure.
about your client who is going to use the system? Is it easy enough for that doctor, which is like a dental office, to use it? Or it is easy enough for that non-profit, that which is running, and their thought process is very different than the software. So that's where Odoo play a very good role, 40, 50,000 videos about the product become very easy. And we always tell our customer that before we start the project and start the blueprinting and sign off, look at all the Odoo training videos so that you familiar with the system. That doesn't mean that we will not give you training and we don't want to, but we want to make sure that you get a little bit up to the speed. Then we show you the demo, then we customize, then we talk about the blueprint, and then sign off and all. So conversation become very easy. So I think it's very good from that point of view. Even for our new team member who joined the office and we train them into Odoo, those videos, training modules and all become very helpful. So I think partner program and the learning become a little bit easy with all the ecosystem that Odoo has built up. And I know Odoo is investing a lot into knowledge management system and all about the Odoo training videos and things like that. And that's one of the most important thing, right? When you compare with SAP and Odoo, I mean, Odoo can scores is always about the ease of use.
Yep.
And ease of training, right? SAP might be definitely a great from a features in-depth point of view in certain segment, but when you look at it, at the end of the day, it's all about that person on the shop floor, person on the product, the purchase department.
Yeah.
Can they able to use it in the easiest possible way? Or the person on a point of sale, right? The person who is doing a point of sale job, I mean, there, of course, the ability to get into that product utilization is going to be minimal to make sure that at the minimum click, they're able to use the software. So that's where I think Odoo scores from the usage point of view, and the learning point of view also, I think, become fairly successful for us.
Yeah,
And
it's a very good point. If the main people who are using the software, if they can't use it, it doesn't matter how good the software is.
I
What it
agree. I
can
mean,
do. Yeah.
and that's one of the most important thing. And that's what we hear in other softwares. I don't want to discourage and talk bad about other softwares and other ERP, but that's one of the major pain point, that maybe the product can be great, but it's very difficult to use. It's like so many clicks and so many workflow in a different way.
Yeah.
that become a bottleneck. Yeah.
Speaking of your customers, do you have any special implementation stories you'd like to share? Maybe one that was very successful, or you had to come up with creative solutions with Odoo, or anything like that?
Definitely. I mean, I will bring two or three, but yeah, I mean, try to keep it a little bit short. But yeah, one that we have done with Odoo implementation for Cure International, which is a non-profit based out of Michigan in North America. It's 1,000 plus Odoo users implementation.
Oh, wow.
They have 8 hospitals in Africa, and they manage the office medical staff and all the medical supply from the central warehouse in Michigan.
Wow. Okay.
So it was the implementation in Zimbabwe, Uganda, Kenya, Nigeria, and couple of other places, Philippines, and there is one more hospital as well. So my team went to each of the location when we went for the go live training and all. So we went there and make sure that the Odoo go live and all. The complexity over there was like, different countries, different taxation, different government rules, because we are in hospital and healthcare record. So each healthcare record had a certain rules. To have that distributed architecture was important, and then integrating with the EHR and EMR, which I was talking about a little bit on that. So that was something which was very, very interesting for us, and it was not for profit, right? So at the end of the day, when you do something and if you're able to make a difference, when the kids which is facing a pain in Kenya, and if you're able to do the surgery because of this software, the medical staff was available and medical supply was available a little bit on time, it's a good feel, right? That at the end of the day you feel that, okay, one, of course, you made money from the software and implementation, but at the end of the day, this is a cause that you want to live for, right?
Yes.
So that was something that we are very proud of. In fact, today Edward from Odoo is going to cover that on a one big enterprise Odoo implementation done by partners.
Wonderful.
So this is one of the story which is going to come. Second, I will say that the implementation that we did in manufacturing, which was a big in Florida, Palm City. The company is called Surehold. They are into cleaning supply manufacturing, and their challenge was that they wanted to do shop floor optimization, and that's where certain things we wanted to use from Odoo, and then couple of things that we want to do a custom app and integrate with Odoo from a pick pack and shop floor, certain optimization of the route and things like that. So that's where I think we have been fairly successful with them, able to help to reduce their time, like, shop floor efficiency increased by 20-25%. The demand forecasting has been improved by, like, let's say that, like, 30-40%. So they're able to do a better forecasting, better demand. So that is something which is there. So these are the two which was good one. And then from a Odoo point of view, one of my favorite is BLRM Medical in San Francisco. And they were using Salesforce for 5 years, and Financial Force from the accounting point of view, and sales from the CRM and other features point of view. And we replaced Salesforce with Odoo 120 users,
Nice.
and they able to save $500,000 in terms of the cost for the
Wow.
license plus implementation. Their customer success team able to increase their response time, reduce the response time from around 2 minutes to like 30 seconds, because they had everything on a one screen available so that they can able to answer the thing.
That's amazing.
And they are in elderly care people monitoring thing. So for them, getting those data on a single screen and answering to the elderly people or their relatives or friends or things like that, it was important. So I think, yeah. But beating Salesforce in their wheelhouse in San Francisco was my favorite thing, that, okay, we beat them and with Odoo implementation, and fairly successful. And they are using for last 5 years. Okay. They are here. So they visited this event, community day here, and they seen couple of sessions. We were on dinner with them. But yes, I mean, 5 years, we started with Odoo 13 with them. Then we upgraded to Odoo 16. And now, of course, we are going to talk about how to get upgrade to 19, but yeah, or 18.
Excellent. That's exciting. That's a great story. That's fantastic. Those are great examples.
Yeah, thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us today about Brainvire and Odoo?
No, I mean, we are fairly happy with Odoo. I mean, I'm sure the Brainwire, we have some aspiration plan in terms of growth and journey. I mean, of course, we have reached where we are, but you always want to grow more and do something more. I've seen that SMEs and mid companies and mid to large companies, when you look at it, industries like automobile, industries like healthcare, or you look at financial industries, you look at retail, still there is so much of scope of improvement in terms of the technology and digitization. And I think Odoo is the answer for that. So I think if we can penetrate more, it will be a good growth for Odoo, and I'm sure it will be good growth for all the partners, including Brainwire. So that's what we are hoping for. We are committed we are going to look for long term with Odoo, and we hope that Odoo continues to grow, and along with Odoo, we as a partner and the entire ecosystem grow together.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for talking with me. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your Odoo Community Day.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, guys.